country, but there'll be more windows going up throughout the state.
I think though that we could be missing the point. I don't necessarily think that people who don't want this particular project to be out in western Coventry are against renewable energy. There's a proper placement for everything.
And our comments come into that's part of this one.
Where it doesn't, I disagree, and, you know, that's my,
Sure.
Well,
America, we can agree to disagree.
what is in front of us is the legal intent of the law. What is relative is that the applicant properly filed his application and went to the use table and used the allowed permit, special use permit. Town council at some time point let him file the application as long, and the council says once he's satisfied the special use permit criteria.
The town
We
council did
heard-
that or planning did that?
He meant
Planning
planning.
commission.
Planning
Oh,
commission and council, because the council had to approve that section 21,
the ordinance.
the ordinance, was approved by the council. So, we heard expert testimony, as did the planning board, that satisfied all the criteria presented.
I think
As we
twice
just
though,
went
I've
through.
said that I'm unsatisfied with the testimony of the experts. I do see that they're experts. I get that we qualified them as experts.
Well, we gotta look at the basis of it, all right?
Mhm.
It's gonna be safe. I don't see any question, is there any question on the board that this is not gonna be a safe thing? Is there anything on that that's not gonna be safe?
I don't think we know that till it's in, but it doesn't present as an
Well,
unsafe.
that's really important to me. Is it gonna be safe, all right? Is the buffering good? And that's important. I'm looking at the basics right there, bring it right down to the basics. Safety, buffering, and is it gonna be noisy? Is it gonna be a nuisance in the neighborhood? I mean, this is what I'm looking at, and this is how I gotta look at it. And it's hard to make a justification argument that it's gonna impact anybody's daily life living out there,
That's fine. I totally agree with you.
you know? So,
I mean,
this isn't a wind turbine.
No, and
Which
I'm
was
gonna
brought
tell you
up
something,
was-
the wind turbines.
Like you said, I think that was overblown.
I think some people,
Wind turbine,
nobody
this got
came,
nothing to do with it.
nobody came, now, they said they didn't know about it, and I don't have an answer for that, but I think even people that were here thought that the turbines were gonna be like the ones that are out on 95 in Warwick. They're not they're not that big. These are huge. And a lot of people that stop at our fire station goes, what happened? It's renewable energy, and, you know, they're gonna get another one down Hope Valley, pretty much the same thing.
Now, this, even if the board were to pass this has still gotta go to all the DEM, environmental, building permits, and back to the planning board.
Correct.
All right, so this is not the end of it. This is only one
What's that?
stage, one step of the whole thing. And I put that as a summary for myself, is I'm looking at the safety, I'm looking at the impact, if it's gonna bother anybody's daily life that's living out there, the noise, and the buffering, I'm completely satisfied. I spent the time up at the site myself, walked right through it, and I am satisfied. Does anybody else have anything else to look at?
My concern is still, we've got room for buffering with, as presented.
As
I
presented.
think we should have, if we do approve it, a stipulation that they
No
can't
further
speak.
vote.
Exactly.
Without approval.
Without approval.
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't
Yeah.
it's not cut and dry, that you can keep running clear cutting out, you know, this works good, but the
So
other
if
thing
this
to take
was
into
to be
consideration
approved,
is,
that'd be a stipulation.
there's other things that have to take into consideration. This is a relatively small project in regards to some larger projects that are out there. And the infrastructure that's there now today will accept what this will do.
Well,
The one that got shot down a few months back at Camp Green was a huge,
huge.
and that was the infrastructure wasn't gonna be, from what I've been led to believe, the infrastructure was gonna have to be upgraded to do that. So again, that's you know, there's more to it than just that. This is a much smaller unit, and it fits in a whole lot better.
I would like to see our administration take pictures, and I would like to be notified upon clearing, all the board members, when it's all clear. I'd like to see this thing go along step by step, and also make sure the administration has records, and so when something like this comes back to us, if it ever did, where there was problems or is problems, or whatever there is, or there is none, we at least have a record of it. That is our worst thing. Records are terrible. And I would like very much, if this was approved, to follow this, you know, so that, oh, you know, that was good. That wasn't,
I don't know what the town did in regards to the
as you call it, critiquing it. How do you say?
critiquing it. The windmills, I don't know how much, and I suspect that the town was involved with that, but the fire department, we were there at least once a week. And we had free access to do what we needed to do. We had the keys to the gates at that time to stay on top of everything. So, and they were more than open on what they were doing and so on and so forth. Do I want a windmill in my backyard? No, I don't. And I know that if I have one in my backyard, I'm going to get a lot of money, but that's not the point. I wouldn't want a windmill in my backyard, not that size. It's paramount on the town and others just to keep track of what's going on. This is, like I said before, this is virgin territory. No one's ever been down this road before, and it needs to be monitored. It's not like giving a special use permit for whether you're going to have 7 dogs in your house, and you know the dog officer shows up and you got 9. If she shows up or he shows up, that would be the reason. This is something we'd have to stay on top of, I believe.
How is that going to be accomplished? Like, how do you see that happening, that we stay on top of it? There are so many things that have gone before us that haven't been stayed on top of. We were, you know, not to beat a dead horse about the wind turbines, but we were told there would be no flicker and no noise, and that if there was, that would be rectified.
Actually, they didn't.
There's flicker, there's noise, and it's...
Actually, they never said there would be no flicker.
Okay.
There was flicker. He said there would, they said...
He said it would be minimal.
I will tell you that I stood and seen the flicker.
Okay,
Way off.
yeah.
At our
But
green fire station.
But that's what I'm saying, so...
The noise I haven't heard yet, but other than a swooshing sound. But
Okay.
I know that there's been other people that said it's very noisy.
To your point, Irene, one of the problems they have right now is, Brian's done a great job, but he's shorthanded. We lost our zoning officer. Jake Peabody did a fantastic job. Before Matt was doing a great job. Unfortunately, there's turnover in that position. We get talented people there that get called to other places. I think going forward, there's going to be stuff in place, I'm going to assume, to monitor stuff. You've been doing a great job since you've been on board. I think that's going to continue. I think where we were lacking in some areas, we've gotten better at over the years.
I think that's largely true, but my concern is not having something in place at this point for some type of monitoring or some type of sanction if what's being done is not what we've been told. Lord knows that's happened many, many, many times. And it makes me a little bit nervous, you know. It says here in our
I
report
agree with you.
that town council has presumably opined that some form of a major solar installation is compatible in the RR5 zone.
But that's the reason why I'd like to see it monitored, and just like we used to do the bond releases. I'd almost like to, you know, I mean, you don't have to come up to it, but let us know as construction's going along, this is where we're at, this is what we're doing, and if they feel it's safe for us to go up there and take a look at it, I would like to see it going along. I'd like to see the progression of it, and like you said, I want to see it monitored.
Okay, well, what happens if halfway through the project, you're not satisfied with that?
No,
Shut
I
it
think we
down?
have every right to go to the administration and to the planning board, and our questions should be addressed and answered. I'm not saying we can stop them, but I'm going to say point blank, I think it should be answered.
I just think without those controls in place, and I agree, Brian, you're doing a great job, but he's one person,
That's correct.
and there's a lot of different things going on, And I just think that it's, I don't know what word I want to use here. I just think you're kind of putting the cart before the horse. Without those controls in place, you're going to potentially allow something that may or may not go off the rails, may or may not be, there's a place for renewable energy. I'm not convinced Western Coventry is.
I will tell you that the system's been working for years. I mean, we have building inspectors that go out for a house addition, and it's inspected in the raw, in halfway through it, and final exams. The fire department does exactly the same thing. So the system's working.
I agree. I just want.
This is a project that's gonna be out there. I don't wanna make more work for him, but if somehow, he can, I don't know if he can get out there every week, but, I'm sure that he will make it, based on what we're talking about now, he'll do his best effort to get either himself, or if the town sees fit to get him some assistance, to get them out there. I know the fire department is gonna diligently pay attention to what's going on, because this is the very first thing that we've ever had.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I
That's,
share your concerns.
a lot of ifs.
I share your concerns. I share that concern on everything in front of us.
No, I do too. I think that we need to proceed with caution. I think that, Bob has pointed out his position on how it's compatible with our comprehensive plan. Comprehensive plan, we all know it's outdated. That being said, I'm not convinced on that point. And I think it has to hit all the benchmarks. I don't think it has to hit 9 out of 10. I don't think it has to hit 8 out of 10. I think in order to go forward and to put our stamp of approval on this for, this project to continue, I think it's got to hit everything, and I think it falls short.
Okay, is there any other questions from the board, or any other opinions that would like to be expressed? If I hear none, I would like to have a motion that we vote individually on this application.
So
I'll second that.
Okay, that motion's been moved, seconded, that we vote individually. All those in favor say aye to vote
Aye.
individually.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it. Okay, Russ, I'm gonna start off with you. Do you vote with the stipulation that?
approve with stipulation.
Approve the stipulation that any further construction will have to be upon. Jean?
Hesitatingly, I approve with stipulations.
The chair approves the stipulations.
Approve the stipulations.
Approve a stipulation.
Irene?
And in a shocking turn of events, no, denied.
Okay, applications approved with stipulations. Do we have any further business to discuss?
Did we get all your points, Frank? Did we get all your points in the beginning?
I think you covered everything.
Okay.
Okay. If we have no further business to discuss, I would have a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
Second on that?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes approved. Motion adjourned approved. Brian, you want us to get here early for the executive board, or?
It's your call. I mean, we can advertise it however you want to advertise it. So we can advertise an executive board starting at 7.
Well, that's close to the public, right, executive?
That's close to the public. So
You
that
gotta get it out to our attorney, she already left, right?
No, she's from a different firm. I will contact Jane and straighten it out.
Is 6:30 too early, or just want? 6:30, okay? Rest of the board members, 6:30?
All right.
6:30.
I will just confirm that Jane's able to make 6:30, and I will get back to you. I don't suspect there's a problem.
Do you want to meet early? Do you want to meet early than 6:30? That's what I thought. 7's even closer. Thank you all for coming, 6:30.